TV. I'm your host, Hako, also known as Artist Poet on PlayStation Network. Yeah, whatever. So, it is Wednesday morning. Uh, I'm on the Pacific Coast. It's 10:16. Let's go take a look at what the Quest is doing here. Alright, so now I did make about a dozen or so attempts yesterday in the EDZ, and I say attempts because not a single completion. We'd get to about 50% or plus or minus, and then the towers would just shut down. And so the last half a dozen or so events that did proc afterwards, in the EDZ there's this like Pride Rock looking kind of thing between the shore and the fire base up the coast, and you can get up on top of there and look down. And so it's a great vantage point. You can see, you know, all the tower locations, and of course the main tower in the middle, all the LZs that the enemies use and everything else. So I sat up there and I just kind of like a fly on the wall kind of situation, and I just sat back and I watched what was going on, and I saw people who had the almighty tag on their characters, titles, all of their characters already in the event. And I was like, hey, this is exciting. We're going to see how professionals do it. No. I'm going to go show you that little spot that I'm talking about. You probably know about it. So just go ahead and spawn in here. And something else that my son suggested, also he said, hey, you know, why don't we just go and do it like the escalation protocols? We'll get in a party chat with our buddies, and we'll try to load into the same instance. We won't be in the fire team, but we'll load into the same instance. And when all of us get into the same instance, we'll invite the rest of the clan, and we'll just basically clan mob the ADZ. And I was like, this is a fantastic idea. Let's try that out tomorrow, which is, of course, today. So I gotta wait for everybody to fucking wake up, as usual. Excuse me a second. So, so that's the plan for the day. Whenever they all get around to getting in touch with me, I'll probably start a party chat. Again, that'll be Artist Poet. If you want to be part of this shenanigans, yeah, just look it up. Look, I think you can find the party chat. I'm gonna be off screen here for a little bit. Sorry. Let's see. Can you search parties? Can you search parties? No, you could view by game. If you're on PlayStation Network, you could view by game, but I think it only shows. Yeah, it's only going to show your friends in community member parties. All right, so here's an event right now, and I'm not going to engage in it. Honestly, I already joined it. Okay, never mind. Well, now I got to go do stuff. So the loadouts that I'm doing for this particular style event, this particular event is, I'm going with a sword, a 600 RPM gun, and then of course the Ariana's Vow. And the reason being that it's Cabal. You know, running through here with the Risk Runner is just not. Ooh, I break for materials. See, now he can't do this all by himself. It's a solo, and this is right here. I know this is a cool thing, and people get all excited about, oh, look, I got this pike, you. No, my friends, don't do that, okay? That shit it's just battlefield clutter. It gets in the way, and it's just wrong. You need complete and total mobility around these things. And it's so sad because, you know, there are how-to videos on this event all over the internet. I mean, made by everybody, you know, amateurs like myself, all the way up to professionals like Houndish and MTash. Well, I say professionals, but, you know, I mean, guys who are, well, they are professionals because they're getting paid to do this. So this is what I'm talking about. You get this perfect view. Let's get into it first person. Here we go. You get this awesome view of all of the spawn points. And, yeah, so a couple of theories that we bounced around yesterday was that the more people are actually active in the event, the more enemies get spawned in. And I don't think that's really the case. I mean, these guys haven't even got 1% on their tower yet. They're struggling. Do not see any. There's a Dredged in right there. There's another dude who just loaded in on the back end. And the problem here, another problem I'm noticing, another, I don't know what the symptom, condition, reaction, is that people will spawn into the event and they see that it's not as congested as normal events are, and they think this is going to be a win. You get to about 40% or something like that, and of course it doesn't complete. And I think it's the fact that you're just not putting the batteries into the tower. I don't know what those things are officially called. I'm going to call them batteries because I'm used to the forges. In this whole game, the mechanics are just like the forges in the Black Armory. It's not hard. But except that, you know, what you have to do is, instead of killing ads to get the batteries, you have to keep the pads clear of ads to get the batteries. And obviously, there's enough there's enough almighty titles in the game. If you go out to Destiny Tracker, I think it'll actually show you there. Bungie's got the numbers. I don't know if they'll be transparent about it or not. But there's enough almighty titles out there that they must have felt it was good at that 3 million per location, completions for the community. And I'm imagining it's going to be Steam, Stadia, and Xbox included with PlayStation. It doesn't seem like it would be such a big, hurdle for them. Now, there is a couple more weeks left of the season, and I'm pretty sure that this quest will, I think this fell winter live because the later part of the quest is probably going to be so easy to complete. Everybody's expectations of having this part of the quest done by Thursday, supremely unrealistic, honestly. Because what's confusing here is that it's got 5, and 1 on the moon and 1 on Io. Now this week is the EDZ. Why would someone want to do the moon or Io if it wasn't that week's bunker? So again, this is Bungie's. I guess these are the interns' idea, because this doesn't seem like a really well thought out professional plan here. Just like the Guardian games, using bounties that are way too specific for each character class and subclass. Bounties should be like the Guardian game bounties should have been like this. Okay, the Rasputin bounties are pretty darn good. I mean, there are some guns in here, but yeah. But I'm talking like this right here: defeat powerful Taken Orca, or defeat Guardians with fusion rifles in the Crucible. Well, defeat powerful Taken. There wasn't a single Guardian games bounty that related to a particular enemy of the tower, of the city. We should have had some bounties. Versus Vex, versus Fallen, versus Hive, versus Taken, versus Scorn, versus Cabal. That's a lot of enemies, armies. You okay, Sweet Pea? Okay. That's something that should have happened. Or they could have had like the Iron Banner bounties, these are really cool. Put us in the activities, let us play the skills that we like to play, the builds that we like to play, and go for it. This is kind of like Bungie literally time gating the quest. They needed to follow up Guardian games with something ooh, and they decided, well, yeah, Fellwinter Live is always part of the plan, blah blah blah, but we're gonna gate it up behind this quest. This is a pattern that I've seen since the later half of Destiny 1, where it's like, the community does something, and I say the community, I'm not saying like the whole of the community. I'm talking like a few notable groups, your world's first types. They'll go off and they'll pull some stunt, and then everybody will catch up on it, and then Bungie looks at that and says, well, these guys must have really liked doing that. No, actually, honestly, if you sat down and really talked with your players, and not the vocal ones, not the ones who have channels, not the ones who have blogs, not the ones who write for gaming magazines, talk to the normal Joes like myself. Because I don't count this as a channel. This is more like a public journal, diary kind of thing. If they talk to the actual players on the floor at the events, or just through the emails or whatever, hey, did you really enjoy the Cave of Wonders? No, I actually did not enjoy the Cave of Wonders. The fact that we found that little exploit and we built that shit until you fixed it, and then you memed it on us. That was, yeah, it was a grind. It was underneath fun. Um, Being able to cheese the Protoss and raids so that two guys could go flawless in the raid, and then everything we did to go flawless in the raid is now an actual mechanic to complete raids. Um, I mean, kudos to the development team that they're aware of what players are doing enough that they can flip it on us and make it part of our requirements, since so many of us did it. But this is an example right here of how they go too far with it. It's like that old Donald Duck skit. Him and his nephews. The nephews toy around with cigars, and they think that they're being all mature and cool and stuff. And then Donald goes and says, "Oh, you want to be cool?" Well, I can't do that voice. I'm destroying my throat. You want to be cool and everything like that. And so he grabs the whole box, several boxes, I think, in the skit, and stuffs them all in their little bills and lights them all up, and they turn green and puke. That's kind of like what this feels like. Destiny's like, Bungie's like, "Oh, so you guys like mobbing these events? We saw how you mobbed Escalation Protocol by forming fire teams in the zone, blah blah blah." And I've been told that you can only have 8 people in this area at a time. That if I were to try to load in with just like 8 other people here, it would end up putting me in a different instance. And so they basically they said, "Well, you guys want to mob this? Okay, well now we're going to make it even more difficult for you. We're going to spawn 2 towers at once, and if even one of them gets shut down, it's going to impede your progress altogether. So you can't just focus on one tower. You've got to get both those towers, I think, because from what I've been watching, it's like, okay, it seems like they got this tower going, the ball goes in there, a new tower spawns, but that one's still languishing until it gets shut down, and then I noticed that the percentage is all whack. So we got 1, 2. There's only 2 guys here. There's only 2 people here. They don't even show up on my radar. So, oh, there we go. There's the guy. 1, 2, 3. 3 guys. Okay.
Eyes up, Guardians. Support towers under attack.
Oh, I got shot at. I can't see what the percentage progress is, but that's because I'm not joining it. So yeah, how many people actually show up at the event doesn't determine how many more ads show up at the event. I don't think that makes a difference. Well, the thing I'm going to say is now this is just going to be small instructional. If you weren't around during the time of the escalation protocols, this is the gist of it. You go off and you start a party chat with your friends, your group, clan, community, whatever, and it works best if you can get like 8 people together, 9 people together, because then there's three dudes loading into the same zone until they all show up, and then they invite 2 other people from their party chat. So I just went ahead. We're going to go ahead and we'll take a look here. Okay, there's a, what the hell? Oh, what is that title? He's moving around. Flawless? Excuse me? There's a Reckoner. Stop bouncing! Fuck. I'm trying to see what your title is. Flawless, okay. So, there's 3 of us here. Alright, so I just wanted to make sure there's Wizard and there's Dark Slushy. I don't know how you get the Flawless title. What the fuck? So you go to the map and you want to reload the instance, you do this. And this is what you do. You have the 3 guys in your party to be fire team leaders. Preferably the dudes with the best connection who are geographically the closest. And that's going to be myself, an unlucky mercenary, and my son. Because we all pretty much live, really close to each other. We're the closest 3 that we know of together. So, because Bungie is a peer-to-peer connection, say like there's nobody here now. All right, and we're going to go ahead and then load again. Fast travel, just keep fast traveling. Because Bungie's a peer-to-peer connection, the whole point behind that was that we were supposed to be able to play with people who were in our neighborhoods, our cities, or counties, or whatever. Which is bullshit because I get lobbied with people in Australia and New Zealand. Look, this is an event that's already active. How far are they along? They just started, and it's not any of the other guys that I had been with. See, so you could do that, you know. And once you get all three of you guys in the same zone, in the same instance, then you just call down the rest of the party chat into your fire teams, and now you've got 9 people working together as a group, coordinated. You know, you get one fire team on this pad here, all they do is clear these ads. You got 3 guys over here, all they do is clear ads, and then you got another 3 guys that all they do is run around, mop ups, finishers, and throw orbs, throw batteries, and do reses. You know, so you have that double duty going on. Now, these guys already went through a couple cycles here because there's only ever one battery here at a time per cycle. So that means these guys went through 2 cycles, and they don't have enough people on the map to throw batteries. So, you know, you got to get those charges in there. That's the point of the whole activity, is to get these charges in there. It's just like if you were doing a Black Army Forge. Get up and throw those balls. Yeah, everybody wants to be a killer. That's why we play first-person shooters. But, you know, if you're in an activity that is like this, you're not going to get progress unless you complete tower rotations. I don't know what the technical terms are all. So, yeah, you can go ahead and correct me in the comments, because I know people like that kind of lurk these videos looking for someone to make a mistake. So, like I said, you know, now there's this dude over here. He's killing these 3. They're not going to leave that spot. You know, they'll just back off, puppies. Cabal are one of the worst ones too, by the way. Just to be fair, the Cabal are pretty nasty when it comes to Seraph Tower events because they got all that armored shit. They hop around like this, which a lot of Guardians, for some reason, seem to forget about the Z plane. Or the Y plane if you're playing Minecraft. Look at this battery all the way the fuck out here. That's the other thing too. Use your visual scanners. AKA your eyeballs, people. Don't just fucking accept that, you know, Mama Hako used to yell at her sons, you know, if it was a snake it would have bit you on your pecker. So yeah, you don't just wait for it to jump up and, you know, nip your nuts. You know, if you see one of those icons on the map, you know, on your screen, go for it, you know, and even if it's in the other Guardian's hands, at least go for it. And stop worrying about the peripheral ads. Now, these dudes, these little fuckers, they roam around a lot. So, you know, yeah, you see them, mop them, that's cool. We're already at 18%. How many towers do we have up? We only have the 1 tower right now. When it gets to about 20 or 30%, I think that's when they start proccing 2 towers. Alright, so we cleared that one. Yeah, see, there you go. Yeah, we're at 20, 30%, so let's start proccing the 2 towers. This is the best angle to throw batteries from, by the way. It's right from the middle tower. Okay, get you dead. Use the grenades. See, now this is what I'm talking about. Why aren't these motherfuckers being shot at? If this tower had been a blank pad, there would have been somebody over here shooting. See, target priority, map awareness, and objective following. You know, you gotta get the fuck. And babies, I love you so much. You're super happy and proud of your stupid fucking machine guns. But a sword, the Risk Runner, most ads, swords and AoE abilities and grenades, that's what's gonna fucking win the event. Don't stand there. You know, seriously, guys. Or minigun, or whatever the fuck it's called. You gotta be practical. You gotta be practical. Yeah, and see, look, I'm pretty sure I've got that because of the kill in the process. Oh, here we go. Boom. Yeah, get those. That's what I should be running instead of my auto rifle. I can't remember the name. Instead of the auto rifle that I do have right now, I should be running a carbine just so I can proc those Warmind cells, because that's going to help you a lot. Also, upgrade your fucking bunker so you can get the elite frame out there, because that is going to fucking make things a lot easier too. And it's not difficult. It's just about coordination. It's like, I mean, fucking A. If you can screw, you should be able to do this event. If you can dance, you should be able to do this event. If you can sit there and put a sharp object into food and then into your mouth without poking your mouth or your tongue, you should be able to do this. It doesn't take a lot. You just, priorities. Look. See, now need to, okay, yeah. Throw a grenade. They're free. Seriously. Toss that grenade like you're aiming for a sock. And while the hunters don't have really, really epic melee bombs, they do slow shit down, as you can see. Get them early. You should have somebody out here at the spawn point, enemy spawn point, starting them up, waiting for the elite to drop, because he's going to be the tank. This guy? No, not this guy. Where is he? Oh, he hasn't shown up yet. Whoop. See, now you're only going to get 2 balls out here. You're only going to get 2 little batteries out here because it's overwhelmed. I don't have audio on, so I'm just going based on what I'm looking at. And, uh-oh. That means we lost the tower, or, yep. The other thing, too, is that these charges, they will go back to the tower if the thing gets overwhelmed. It's not hard, guys. Not hard. And you can actually time out when you need to hustle. Because there's an audio cue, it goes, kind of shit like that. Yep. That was, yep, we didn't complete. You failed 1 tower. You got 2 going up. Okay? You got 2 going up. And if you just 1 fails, the event's over. How the fuck are we expected to get completes? How the fuck are we expected to get completes? And what the fuck? I mean, because it's like, everybody who's probably gotten Almighty were completing it when it was just 1 tower up at a time. I don't know what Bungie's head. Where do they put their brains when they sit down to do events like this? With all the recent disappointments that this community has had to suffer through, this is a bad choice. This event right here. I thought Guardian Games was going to be kind of like one of those secret lab type events, where they're going to see, okay, well, which of these Guardian classes are really most overpowered? Everybody keeps complaining that that this group is overpowered and this group is overpowered. Let's go ahead and have a game and see what happens. Because the way they designed their bounties was way too weird. It was not. I mean, Bungie gets pretty specific with their bounties from time to time, but this was like, so it's kind of stuck to me as, okay, we're going to see which of these classes needs a retooling. And, well, hey, Titans, thank you. Most everybody was complaining about Titans the last few seasons, and, that improved the point by winning the Guardian games by a sweep. Literally. So maybe Hunters will get a buff. Maybe the Titans will get a nerf. So yeah, I don't know. What's my prognosis for this event? I'll tell you what's going to happen. About a week before the season ends, typical Bungie fashion, all of a sudden those numbers, those percentages are going to be way up there. They're going to start going by leaps and bounds. Okay? I'm just saying. 2 things are going to happen. Either Bungie's going to go ahead and just open up the quest like they did with the last Black Armory Forge, because they, again, got way too specific. Man, I'd love to see some. I would love to see some in-house play of these events. That's the thing. Back in the old days, when Bungie was introducing a new event, they had people actually playing it through the event with their in-house teams, and they were like, "Yeah, well, we could do it. You could do it. It's not gonna be hard." I haven't seen any in-house play of this new duo bunker thing. So I don't know, Bungie. Check your shit. See if you can. You know what? Fuck it. Yeah, and eventually that's what's going to happen too. There's going to be people like me who are just going to say, you know what? I'm not that much of a shoddy player anyway. The Fellwinter it's an apple. It's a carrot they dangled out in front of us, and then shoved it behind this most horrendous activity possible. You know, I like the Seraph Tower activity because I like that. You know, you have a condition, you have a relic, and you have ads, and it's totally fine. You know, because it reminds me of the Prison of Elders activities, and everybody loved the Prison of Elders that I played with. Except for the Skolas part, which, you know, Skolas the Poisoner was just crazy fucking bullshit. Not undoable, because we did complete, but as you could tell, you know, as you were, if you were there and remember, another example of Bungie pushing the envelope with mechanics, and then yeah. So I don't know. How long is left for the season of Worthy? Oh, I can just check the mic. Stupid. We have. Come on, damn it! Give me the fucking data. Where is it? It should say how many days are left somewhere around here. Oh, there it is. 26 days. A little more than 3 weeks. Fuck. 26 days, 23 hours. In one day, we got 5% on one zone. My question is that why is only the EDZ showing progress? Why isn't there progress with all the other zones? So we should all be working on all of them. Well, this afternoon we're going to go ahead and, like I said, I'm going to try it out with the clan, get a party started, and see if we can't do an escalation protocol styled event here. So, yeah. I'm just going to do some gameplay now.
What do you think? Good eye. Every little bit helps. Trust me.
What can the Black Armory do for you today? If there's anything else, don't hesitate to stop by again.
Not my favorite forge, but doable. Since this one doesn't involve fallen, using the risk runner is kind of a useless idea. Um, this is my 600 RPM choice gun, duty bound. But this one here is really good for this forge because of the ore mine cells that can spawn. Probably not going to want to do this either. So let's go for here. Actually, wait a minute. We gotta do fusion rifles. And I want kills with that. Do I have the forge batteries on here? Yeah, I do not. Okay, a little tooltip here. If Bungie actually looks at this, I doubt there's anybody going to look at this, but I'm going to bring it up in another video as a short clip. And I might edit this one to just focus on this. A little tooltip here. Great, show us the resilience and everything like that for this particular piece of armor, but then you should also have above it your total stats, or next to it a separate column just to the right of those numbers that show all your stats that combined with all the numbers, so that when you do adjustments with mods and stuff, you can see specifically what you need to do. Now, yeah, I know that it shows it other places, but let's be fair. Okay, we all like to have everything at once. I mean, when you're coding, you don't just have one screen in front of you of code. You have your code, and then you have a screen that shows the results of what you're doing, and some live testing right there on the spot to make sure that it's working. It's not like the old days of Pixar or Sony Pictures when they would go to render, a scene in CGI and come back and there's nothing but creepers running around the screen and all the grass is purple. This is like I said, it's not a bad forge, and it is mostly a murder fest. Woohoo. There we go. And again, I mean, it's just like the Seraph bunkers. Not that hard. Just about timing and your build. Your character build and it's to basically play the fucking game, right? Just play the fucking game. Since I elected to be the guy up here at the forge, it's my responsibility to pick up the little doodads and throw them in. And, just, don't die. So how hard is that? Don't die. I guess that's because most people who play Destiny 2 right now really didn't go through year one Destiny 1 raids. I was part of, and I had been many times carried through raids because they're a pain in the ass. Back then it was like, wow. But the standing rule was, yeah, we just don't want you to die. We're not going for flawless. It's just when you're down, you're not doing DPS. That's the problem. That's the thing. And I know that, everyone's, well, I want my KDR to be high. Well, you know what? Fuck your KD. Alright? What's your DPS? Okay? And I mean, not just what your potential DPS is, but your actual inactivity, under fire. How many times have you done actual damage, or how many times have you completed a particular task? That's something that's when that game comes out, where it measures not your efficiency so much as your damage output, how much damage you actually deliver, because that's what it really comes down to. It's not about whether or not you got that kill, because you might not have gotten that kill. You may not have earned that kill. You may have been sitting there on the shoulder of some other Guardian waiting for them to fucking hit the reload button so that you can do the mop up. I've seen people do it. It's kind of the reason why a lot of times I do run sword in Crucible, and then I work my ass off to get the power ammo, because I know that that's my kill. Unless the target is lagged out or something, I swing that sword, that fucker dies. and I don't have to worry about somebody, snooping over my shoulder, waiting for the cleanups. Because that's cheesy shit. Look at that. Look how we got that fucking completed. Now, granted, if the three of us had to fuel 2 of these motherfuckers, there's a good chance that wouldn't have happened. There's a good chance that this would be one of the most insane forges ever. And I'm not giving Bungie any ideas here. I'm telling you, this is not. We would stop playing that forge. We would stop playing that event. And that's what's going to happen with these fucking Seraph Tower mods that everyone's doing. I mean, that they did with multiple towers being up, and even just one, only one has to fail. You lose the whole event. That's BS. Because that's what I'm seeing. I don't know if that's the truth. You can change my mind. Or try. But it's just bullshit. God, I love the forges. I love them even more now that Guardian Games is over. You want to talk about character viability? Get your gunsmith weapons get all fucked up. I mean, yes, there are certain guns that are meta for the game, for this activity. Like I said, if you're playing against any of the Fallen, it's going to be Risk Runner. Vex are really susceptible to fusion for some reason. Alright, we have 3. Somebody needs to get some BBs up here so I can start getting some work. I see all that shit hanging out over there. And the thing is that when you throw them, you don't have to struggle to pick them up, because if they're thrown up here, you should be able to actually grab them real easy. Okay, triangulating. There we go. There's a nice little patch now. I think I died. Yep, I died. A little bit more targets than I can handle. Whoop. Yeah, that's too hot up here. I can't do this. I can't get this guy. Alright, let's figure it out. There we go. See? Real easy. Just adapt. Why do I keep dropping the stupid batteries? Not sure what's going on, dudes. Somebody needs to get the fuck up here. Take it. Okay, that's bullshit. Alright, let's pick this fucker up, and let's throw this motherfucker. There we go. Okay, that's what's happening. I see it now. Alright. This is another reason why I think that it should be first person no matter what. With a sword, in your super, whatever, it's first person. No matter what. You never have third person. Not with any of the other reasons. First of all, people use swords in Crucible to fucking peek around corners. And I'm not talking about, like, the cheesy little snipe shot peeking. I'm talking about, like, actually peeking around corners to actually see what's happening. Okay, this guy needs to die. He is a pain in the ass. Come on, motherfucker. Sniper would have been great for this forge. Clean up these ads before the next round. They don't despawn anymore like they used to, but don't know why. Alright, this guy's got a bit of a fussier mechanic. He doesn't have any shield drones. There we go. Don't shoot those little ball thingies on the side. Oh, great. I don't know how I got my my ability refunded, but whatever. I'm not going to argue with that. Taking too much damage, still didn't make it out. We only got some time. We're doing alright. It's these guys. Gotta get these guys. Yeah, he's toast. Cool. And that, my friends, is what it takes. Oh, Fusion Matrix shell. Nice. See, not hard. It's about understanding what the fuck it is your job is in that game. And that's what I'm saying at the Forge, at the Seraph Towers, it's a good idea to go in with a fire team. Yeah, you can rando it if people there know what the fuck they're doing. Don't count on those people with the almighty title, because chances are they got that title while there was only one tower up at a time. You gotta keep both towers going at the same time. That means your team needs to divide, and stay in your fucking zone. It's like Vault of Glass oracles. You know, you had left, middle, right, and back. 6 guys on the team. 1 is running relic. 4 guys are doing DPS for oracles, and everyone's doing callouts. Or maybe the 6 guys doing callouts, and he's a roamer. Now, if we could do that in Vault of Glass, why the fuck are we having such a problem with the Seraph Towers? Because for the last 3 weeks, all we did was farm them for laurels. And that's bullshit. I have serious doubts this will get up to 6% by this evening. I have serious doubts. I don't like the Wishbringer. So stupid. Alright, so let's go farm some materials, get some precision skills and strikes. Yeah. Still have all this doodah garbage to finish. What's this going to be doing? Heroic daily mission with this. Okay. Roaring fat, the forger guys. Shield drones protecting the forge saboteur. You can farm the roamers, by the way, they count. And then power weapons and shotguns. Right. Alright, so Heroic Adventure is not the same as Heroic Story. Obviously, we're going to go pick up a new frame. Because I am farming the hand cannon. I want to get the curated Kindle Orchid, or at least one that's pretty close to it. I had some pretty good rolls. Rangefinder Rampage, always better. But I think you can get explosive rounds with it. I don't really PvE with hand cannons too much. Kindled Orchid, Light GG. Let's hope these guys aren't still uploading their whatever files. Oh, here we go. So, the curated role is waiting for the app to load. Alright, so yeah, you can get explosive payload. So that would be fun. I don't want that ad. Thank you. I like LightGG's website because they have ads, but they don't cover the content. And those ads that do cover the content, you can drop down. So, Kill Clip and Rampage and Drop Mag? Yeah, Drop Mag, Kill Clip, and Rampage are the roles that go into the curated along with corkscrew rifling. The community's Omni stats is they like, okay, come on, dude. They like rapid hit, they like outlaw, they like kill clip, they like rampage, they like acquitized rounds, and what's this one up here? I don't know this one by heart. Come on. Hammer Force rifling. That's the community favorite. So if I look at my hand cannon that I have, oh wow, I got lots of loot here. Okay. Hey, that's the Galliard. Ooh, fuck. Nice. That's a good one. Oh, armor piercing rounds, range masterwork. It's not a god roll, but that outlaw and that high impact reserves, fucking yes. It's got a good reload anyway. I would have preferred something else here, you know, like snapshot sights perhaps. The sights are okay. I don't really care too much about them. This one's alright. Sights don't really matter to. I hip fire a lot, believe it or not. So getting precision kills. Well, I start up with this is I can't do it now because obviously I'm on a social site. So, but when I play PvP, the way I do it, if I'm gonna ape in, I'll start off on the hip, so I have full view of my screen, just in case somebody's lurking out behind. Like, say for instance, say 8 is my target. If I can get her, and she's got her back to me, I'll go ahead and I'll just scope in and then go for it. But otherwise, because like say that's a hallway, and that's a hallway, if I'm going to ape in, I'm going to be off the hip so I have a wider field of view. Then once I make sure that this is all closed, I don't want to turn my back to her ever. So I'll pick one wall or the other, whichever wall is least likely to have somebody hanging around the corner of the shotgun. It's a 50-50 chance in this scenario. So I pick this wall, I get that scan right there, and once I cross this hallway and I'm sure I got her, then I'll go in and engage scope. You know, about like, actually more or less, this is about the part right here where I'll start scoping in. Because at that point, all you're going to see is what's between these two poles. So, yeah, just a breakdown of how I engage a target in PvP. Most times when my head is thinking about it. Sometimes the enemy is so fucking all over the place, it doesn't make a difference. You just go for it. Just have fun. Alright, so let's see. We're going to do destinations. We're going to pull some shit down. Let's see who's the... This is the flashpoint. Right? Yeah, okay. First we're going to stop at the shore. We're going to pick up a core and find out what Spider's trading for. While that's happening, I'm going to get myself something to eat. Okay, I got interrupted by my phone. So, nothing right now. Let's see. Because where I farm my materials is what depends on what Spider's trading for glimmer. Because I'm going to need a lot more glimmer for today. Because I will be pulling repeatables out of bounties. The other problem that I have with Bungie's events is Iron Banner came back this Tuesday, of course, on the heels of Guardian Games. Now, could you imagine the fuckery that would go on? That would have happened if Guardian Games landed during Iron Banner, or vice versa. So imagine the fuckery that this quest procs This quest started on the opening day of Iron Banner. And I think a lot of the reason why that number is so low is, okay, so we do have alkaline dust. Okay, so this is, oh, yeah, so Moon, Nessus, Titan, EDZ, perfect. But Phase Glass Needle is what he's going to give us Glimmer for. So as you can see, I'm only down to like less than 50k. I always try to keep at least 100,000 Glimmer because I do swap my mods repeatedly. Oh, I ran out of Phase Glass Needles. That's IO. But we are going to Nessus because that's the flashpoint. And I know lots of people go, flashpoints? Why do you still do the flashpoints? Well, I'll tell you why I do the flashpoints. They're not diggly good fun, dude. Anyway, so yeah, we're gonna go do the flashpoint. Let's find out. Yay. Somebody, oh yeah, I should do the menagerie too. Anyway, I am going to get food. I need food so I can make poo. So Bungie's been talking about how they're going to tame back the bounties, and that bounties will be accessible from the director. And I think that's a really great idea. What I would like to see is repeatable bounties on locations. Instead of having this,
Online and ready.
you have a repeatable bounty, costs about 1,500 glimmer. So it's not like 1,000 glimmer. It's like 1,500 glimmer. This is pretty specific. I don't know where. Where do I find Cabal on this? Oh, that would be the public events. Come on, guys. Okay. Destiny 2, Cabal on Nessus location.
According to Gamepour, to find Cabal on Nessus, just head for the cistern. Spawn in at the pools of luminance, hop on your Sparrow and make your way to the markers shown on the map above.
Yay.
An excellent choice.
Alright, let's go kill some Cabal. And pick up some materials. Sorry to be off game for a little bit. Let's see if I can do something here.